TCU want to find their sea legs before a trip down to the Bahamas. Sinai Rivers with the tip. Alancia Ramsey, the all-conference Sun Belt standout. And we are underway. One change in the state lineup. Aziaha James, who came off the bench and scored 20+ on Sunday. She starts tonight. Wolfpack team, 72 points a game coming in. The Westmore wanted more aggressive offense after the TCU loss. Little zone early for Kevin Patterson's team. There's a steal. This is Savannah Brooks slowing it down. Nice pass ahead to Bruce and a block. Brooks finds James, and Westmore starting 5 off and running.
And that transition offense is going to be huge tonight for the Wolfpack because the way Coastal likes to press. Good look ahead by NC State for the James layup.
Coastal's defense, 30 turnovers forced a game, but they have some trouble on this end too, giving the ball away. There's an open 3. That's a bit off. Coastal's a team only shot 20% from 3 against a non-D1 Union opponent, but scored over 100.
Coastal's in that zone, but look for them to trap a lot out of it.
Aziaha James, great lob. Collier the early bucket. How important is the post play for the Pack tonight?
It's going to be big, especially with the size difference down low. Collier did a great job setting that and setting it up and getting to the bucket.
5 starters, 4 new transfers, and a returner in Marable. This is a unit with 8 new additions for Coastal. As that 3 is knocked in, Ramsey, the one returner.
One thing watching film of this Coastal's team, everybody on the floor can hit that open 3, so it's putting a lot of pressure on NC State's post to get out there and guard their post players on Coastal.
And an early touch foul on Savannah Brooks. Coastal fired 43 pointers on Wednesday. And both teams moving aggressive in transition. Here's Kevin Patterson, who played at Clemson and was a student manager under Rick Barnes. What a great lineage there. Dominated at Lander University, Division II. And now he's back in the Palmetto State doing some great work. How about that great pass to Rivers and then the reversal?
And one of the points of emphasis for NC State was to share the basketball. They've only assisted on 36% of their baskets this year. You want it to be over 50% so far. I believe it's been 3 for 3.
Back comes Brooks. Good push off and missing the jumper. Coastal team that'll press for 40 minutes leads the transition. Hayes on this end attacks. Nice cut through and one. An assertive Madison Hayes in the first 2 minutes.
That's a great pass here by Zoe Brooks. You got Sinai Rivers seeing that there's nobody back on the help side for Coastal Carolina's end, and a great finish. Madison Hayes attacks off that top foot. The help defender doesn't come over to help, and she gets that and one and absorb the contact.
One interesting thing about Madison Hayes in the 2 losses, she's only had 4 shots combined. In the 2 wins, she's had 16 shots. So you want to get her involved right away.
Wolfpack 3 of 3 from the field as Kristen Williams breaks the press. Brooks the shot fake, knocks it in. Good look for the junior out of Maryland. How does this press play a factor tonight for Coastal?
I think they're trying to get NC State out of rhythm. Here's a shot, but they're NC State right away. They pushed it, found the open shooter, and got it to Madison Hayes again. She's going to be a key for this team going forward.
Coastal on this end in full gas mode. Nice layup for Jaden Marable. The NIU transfer's been cooking. 78 career starts, 10 points a game coming in. Westmore asking the offense to speed up. That was a big emphasis on Sunday. Thought he worked too late in the shot clock and lost to TCU. James the hezzy, putting all the moves to show. Rivers with 5. Nice defense. Hayes attacks. Late in the clock, 2 for 2 for Hayes.
Madison Hayes continues to impress. I think that's probably something that the coaching staff also noticed and has emphasized. Get her involved early.
100 career games for Madison Hayes here at NC State. Maybe her best offensive quarters so far. Brooks again is fouled, and James hacked her. Kevin Patterson's team, they don't slow down offensively. It's 8 seconds or less. Steve Nash, circa 2000s.
It's been really good on Coastal's end because they've spread the defense. They're having to get that post player come out. And also, when they attack that primary defender, the help side can't help as much because they have so many shooters on the perimeter.
Coastal as a team, 11 made threes a game. Kevin told us pregame he wants his team to shoot lights out all night from any spot in the court. There is no dark zone for a Coastal shooting team.
We talked to him about whether he would slow it down a little bit because it's a bigger team. We already knew the answer, that he's going to do what he does, which is full speed go, Coastal chaos, and we've seen it in action so far.
Best start for Coastal in 5 years. Have been really good. And a full line change coming for the Chants. Hayes breaks the press. Ball handling so important in a game like this tonight. This is Collier. Brooks, the sensational sophomore. A rare miss for the Pack. And that goes the other way. So now Coastal runs out its second 5 unit and maybe its best power forward. Riley Stack, preseason all Sun Belt, 6'4". She's a weapon down there.
For a lot of teams, when you run 5 subs in, you might have a drop off, but there's some very good scores, as you mentioned, with Stack and Emily Tenbrook. Both can really fill it up from the outside as post players.
Here's the first touch for Tenbrook. 40% shooter from 3. That's a deep threat. Here's Dawson Jamerson. Nice drive for Barney. Pack playing hard defensively here. Jamerson attacks. Good look to the bucket. No. Tenbrook the miss. Pack keeping their same 5. So Brooks digs. Extra passing to Hayes. And 3 early buckets.
And you love to see that from Madison Hayes. Going from in the South Carolina game only shooting maybe 1-2 shots, and now she's getting really hot here in this first quarter.
6 quick points, and even more so for Hayes. She's got 9 now. Jemerson late. Good hands. Coastal has to hustle back. Good active hands from Delana Carter, the sophomore to Texas. Here's a tip. Brooks attacks. Collier drives and Stack the foul.
And that's the type of ball movement that you want to see as NC State. They're doing well in transition offense and defense. They could do a little bit better as far as the dribble drive, but that's what you love to see as Coach Moore sharing the ball.
And to build on Mallory Collier, she was going up against the shot blocker right there. She stayed strong, went up and drew the foul.
Only our second free throw of the night. This will be the kind of game where both teams will go back and forth real fast. You think you're in good condition. That's what Wes Moore told us. Hey, our team's got to be ready for this level of pace all night. Collier misses both. A rare slow possession 5 minutes in this second ever matchup. Jemerson finds a shooter. Tenbrook kicks it. Stack can make it from out there. 10 threes coming in. Stack with 7. Lets it go. That's the threat. Big 3 Coastal.
And that is the challenge for NC State's post players. They have got to get out on these shooters. You know it right from the scouting report. Now you got to execute it.
That was what Kevin Pedersen noted. Our bigs can stretch the court and challenge NC State. Now on this end, a nice block for Stack. That's going to be the matchup. Which post team can make a difference? Good 3-point start for both squads tonight.
Right, and Madison Hayes has been the story so far. She's got 9 points, a couple of threes, including this one from the wing with great ball movement by the Pack. Of the floor, NC State sees openings, so they're getting transition points. Coastal's doing the same. It's going to be a fast-paced night.
How do you adjust this as a player tonight, Kai?
Just doing what you do best, getting set up in the half court, and also ball security, taking care of the ball, make sure you make that one more pass, and taking good shots in offense.
As Lorena Owu checks in for NC State. 4 starters and a sub. Here's a 3. Nearly a transition dagger, and James the board off the Williams miss. Wolfpack 7 of 8 shooting so far. They've been red hot. 4 out, 1 in. Owu bobbles, keeps her dribble. Owu hangs on, and an air ball. It was a coach's decision to not play Sunday, looking to get her sea legs tonight. Nice box out. Ramsey the mismatch. Ramsey a bit off.
Good job by Hayes holding her ground, not taking a foul.
Open shot. Hayes, who has 9, misses. Woo, fouled on the way up. And the reach in for Ramsey, the sophomore from Delray Beach.
You see the players running down the court, and this is the brick that you need, especially as a player. Everyone is breathing super hard. Right now in this moment, going up, you got here pushing her defender up under the bucket and then staying up strong.
Not a great box out from Ramsey there.
And that's going to be one of the real challenges for Coastal. They're undersized at almost every position, and NC State is going to be hard to box out.
Wolfpack had missed 3 free throws tonight. And Kevin Pedersen, he worked hard in the portal this summer. 8 new faces, only 2 returning starters. He said, we got to speed it up, speed up our style down in Conway, and it's working beautifully tonight. Back the other way comes Kristen Williams, the senior transfer from UMass. Run by a Delaware State transfer, a Northern Illinois transfer, and a UNC Asheville transfer. Stacked for 3. Nearly her second. James the board. And look at this press off a miss as well. Brooks breaks it. Open shooter. And Rivers takes the easy 2. But misses. Woo the board. No. Helter skelter. James drives. Rattles out. James the board. 5th possession near midcourt. Buckle up. This first quarter is frantic. Hayes enters. James fakes. Good defense, Bruce. In the grill of Hayes. Down to 5. Kick out. Stripped. But out of bounds with 2. How do you play in this kind of tempo tonight?
Well, as Kai said, you've got to stay patient. You've got to do what you're used to doing and execute. But then sometimes when you see those openings, because they're so spread out, you just got to attack and take the advantage.
NC State looks exhausted. Both teams look physically tired 7 minutes in. Clock to 2. Here's Rivers. Deep 3. And misses. Woo throws it off the leg of Bruce. And she's been a problem tonight in the post.
And she's just a good hustle player overall. I mean, you see her getting physical down there on the post, boxing out. Here she runs, tries to get her defender off of her and save the ball, knocks it off of her leg. That's the type of post in ways that you can get in the game on Coach Moore's end as the post player.
Leads to a 6th possession. Woo gets the gift, goes to work. That's what allowed Angel Reese to dominate last year. Offensive boards and then finishing underneath.
And I love that she had her patience there. Some earlier games of the season, she would have rushed that, maybe gotten the travel. Today she finishes.
Now has 6 official rebounds for Woo. That's hard to keep track of tonight. Back on this end, look at the mismatch for Marable. Good kick. Brooks swings it. Here's a 3. Williams dagger.
That is how Coastal really takes advantage. They spread you out. They get a mismatch. And even though NC State helped to stop it, they were able to get the 3.
As Rivers misses. Williams the top threat. 12 threes. Now a loose scrum. And Bruce escapes. Look at this ball pressure. James in her grill. Stack gets over the line with a second to spare. Brooks out of space. Bruce needs help and traveled that time. And with all this tempo, only 3 turnovers tonight. That's pretty impressive.
That's really good. As a player, you know, you can get excited, but making sure you use that excited energy to make a good play.
Now a double team on Brooks. And Zoe is fouled. That's Kristen Williams, the UMass transfer, with the push.
That's a tough call right there. They were trying to surprise Zoe with the trap, but instead ended up with a foul. Trap came right over half court. Zoe attacks it. She did get hipped a little bit right there. As a defender, you got to slide your feet, try and get a foot on the sideline so you can draw the charge.
Anything to these 5 missed free throws if you're State tonight?
Down the stretch, that could be something big.
Make it 6 missed free throws.
Being able to knock down those free throws, whether it's early in the game or in pressure moments, when you get down into NCAA tournament or even the ACC tournament, those are going to be huge.
Williams on the miss. Here's Brooks. This feels like a spread out run and gun offense. Someone's always open. Can you find the shooter? It's James. She finds her bucket.
And she's a player that finds her shot all the time. She's so talented. Over 1,000 points. 27 against TCU, picking right back up tonight.
37th member of the 1,000-point club here at State. Stack on the handoff. Williams so dangerous. Catch, shoot, and a miss. What a dime. Rivers into 2. Beautiful look from Brooks.
Very strong finish there against the shot blocker Stack. Drew the contact and finished.
Arable switches. Darren Stack to shoot, and there's a miss. One of the few slow possessions tonight. With Maddie Cox checking in for NC State. Rivers with 4. Cox with 3. Heaves a triple and misses to end the quarter.
It's been quite a frantic pace.
He wants to see that competitiveness, the leadership, and everything come out, and also limiting those turnovers to this game as well.
Trailed by double digits at TCU. Cut that to a 1-2 score game late as Wu gets the board. She's been active. 5 rebounds tonight. Here in this first quarter, Coastal shooting at 25%. And NC State 50-50. What a look from James as Sam Jones is checked in. Underneath the Wu and a block from behind. And that's the effort from Amelia Tenbrock that Kevin Pedersen's going to love tonight. He was hired by the previous AD, Matt Hogue, but has come in with new athletic director Chance Miller. There's a neat win challenge for the program. Men's and women both win 35 games. Every season ticket holder gets their money back. That's how much confidence they want to see Coastal do well here in Conway.
That's a lot of pressure there, but they're up to the challenge, and so far 4-0 for the women's squad.
That started 5 years for Coastal as Rivers zips a pass. James knocks it in, and good ball move from the pack early.
That's a great look going against that 2-3 zone. If you can beat them baseline, you can skip it right across. So hard to defend. 3-pointer for James.
Coastal on this end, 3 minutes scoreless. That'll continue on the miss. State's done a better job in this quarter of transition, but then there's a steal. Brooks on the move. Rivers, a late foul. Tried to take Brooks's lunch money and called for the harm.
Here's NC State against the zone. Sanaya drives baseline. They're not able to skip across. 3 for James, and then after the steal by Coastal, they try and go coast to coast. Rivers gets a lot of ball here, but maybe got it just a little bit with the body.
And Wes Moore has the best look of anyone right across that bench as he's talking to our 3rd official tonight, Jeff Colton.
Rivers goes up. Wow. A lot of ball there. Sometimes there's an anticipation. Sometimes there's some body contact that we don't see, but tough call for Sanaya.
It snaps a 3-minute scoring drought for Coastal. And Kevin Pedersen said we're going to run a full court press for 40 minutes tonight. Sam Jones breaks the press. Gets to her spot in the first bucket for the freshman.
And that's one of Coach Moore's points of emphasis. When you get trapped, they know you're going to speed them up. Don't try to make that home run pass cross court. Make the easy pass out and then to swing the ball.
Jones was electric 15 versus South Carolina, but held in check versus TCU, just 3 of 11. Nice drive, Brooks, and a foul earned. Cox, her first foul. And this is where Brooks is special. Top 10 in the Sun Belt free throw attempts.
She did a good job of weaving through after Sanaya Rivers tried to go for that steal. Maddie Cox was just a little bit too late on the help side, and she's able to get to the line and knock down some free throws.
Brooks 5 of 5 from the line. And that could be a weapon for Coastal with this speed, with the chaos to get to the free throw line tonight.
And the way they run a 5-out offense, there's a lot of driving to the basket. NC State's trying to block the shot. If you can take it strong, you can get to the line and get back in this game with 2 free throws.
Brooks is perfect on the year, 14 of 14 from the line. Wu fights for position and a steal. Brooks again steps into a 3. Oh, nearly a transition bucket. Offensive board, Ramsey. Bruce down low. Ramsey again. Good look. Bruce the board. Third chance, Coastal. Chaos continues here in Raleigh. Ramsey kicks it. Another three. Got it. Amelia Tembrock completes it.
And you can see the frustration on Coach Moore's face. First the steal, then what, 3 offensive boards? That's something that you have to focus on, especially getting these good games going into ACC play.
That is fun basketball to watch.
Wow.
Another steal. Back-to-back buckets for Coastal. There's Brooks.
And when you think about playing a zone, a lot of people think passive defense, but not the way Coastal plays it. They are very aggressive. Brooks has gotten 3 steals on her own and gone coast to coast.
Coastal forces 30 turnovers a game. That's second in the country. And there's a chance for one more. Awu is stripped. And the jump ball stays here. And how about the active hands from Coastal tonight?
Coastal zone is just so aggressive, cutting into the passing lanes. Bit of a lazy pass by NC State. And look how quick she shoots the 3. They are ready to attack immediately. 3 more offensive rebounds, and then finally, Tembrock has just enough of an opening to get the 3. She scored 40 in a game when she was at McNeese, so she's got the talent.
Shots make 10 threes a game. This is a weapon for Coastal. And Devyn Quigley is checked in for NC State, freshman guard out of New Jersey. Finds her freshman counterpart. Way off is Jones. Awu on the board. Tripled. Awu powers in. What a muscular, strong player.
And that's a great way for Awu to stay on the court. You know, she goes up, gets the bucket. She does see that there's multiple defenders around her, but she stays patient, absorbs the body, and gets the ball in the bucket. 7
boards for Awu. Nice block for Brooks in the small guard matchup.
Awu got held out of the TCU game, a coach's decision to try and... First we'll see the block by NC State. Zoe Brooks right there keeping Coastal out of there. And Awu, I think it was to send a message for her to get locked in, and she is locked in big time in this game.
Now State extends its defense in a 4-point game. Ramsey needs help. Williams dangerous from anywhere. Williams blocked by Jones. And here are the pack. Brooks. Quigley. Extra ball. Quigley drives to the bucket. Nice look.
That's great ball movement by NC State. First you have Jones on the defensive play here. Then they had the ball movement from Jones back to Quigley. Quigley took it to the bucket.
It's like solving a Rubik's Cube, finding the right hole in the defense. On this end, Coastal needs a 3 and delivers. Ramsey from deep.
Prophetic call right there. And Coastal's posts are killing this. That's what's keeping them in the game, and they're post hitting 3s.
Only second 3 of the year for Ramsey, but what a time to do it here against the top 25 foe. Here's Zoe Brooks. Makes her own 3. Back and forth we go. Brooks now 5 of 10 from 3 this year. Little push off Ramsey. Battling Brooks. Little small guard battle. Nice back cut, but a missed layup from Tembrock. Brooks on the move. No look to Quigley. Are you kidding? What a dime by Brooks.
Highlight play by NC State. Coastal hits the 3 to cut it to 3 points. The kick out to the top of the key, they hit the big 3, but NC State with a quick answer. Brooks got a 3, and then Brooks on this kick out to Quigley, her first 3 of her career, and she nails it.
Tanaya Latson has really showed herself these past few years. Just not even offensively, but just as a leader as a whole. She really is the head of that snake on that team, and all her teammates do follow her.
Both teams receiving votes in the national poll coming in. Nice layup here, but a miss for Coastal. Offensive board Carter in a steal. Wolfpack shooting at 60% in this half, getting a lot of good looks. Until the Traeger checks in. A young lineup with Jones and Quigley, some freshmen. So Jones misses the 2 on the board for Barney. On this end, Coastal's made 6 threes. That's been the offense. Barney swings it. This is Ponder. Way off. Offensive board, Stack. And Stack finds help. Here's a 3. Barney air balls. A couple of tough misses.
And whenever the opponent is shooting a lot of threes, the rebounds are going to go long. So you've really got to focus on boxing out, finding your person so they don't get the rebound.
State's done a better job in this quarter of handling the pressure of Coastal. On cue, Traeger escapes, the 6'5" freshman forward. Quigley drives. Good ball. Traeger there to clean it up.
That was good for Quigley to draw the offender of Trigger and Trigger to go up straight up, keep the ball up high after that bounce pass.
Now an 8-0 NC State run. Elena Carter, first minutes. 12 players have checked in for Coastal. Nothing new for the shots. Williams dish. Stack the shot fake. Good defense. Trigger and a steal. Quigley with the super senior Hayes running the break. Back to the freshman. Bounce unkind. Good board for Ponder, the senior. A UNCG transfer. Ponder on the move. Great finish.
And that's a situation where NC State needs to clog the paint and transition defense. Ponder went coast to coast, went through maybe 2 or 3 defenders, and then she goes here.
Ponder the steal. Tries it again. And a foul on Brooks. The veteran heady play of Jalen Ponder's fun.
People aren't too happy right now with that foul call, but here you see Ponder with a nice Euro step and finish. She's been electric here as she's gotten in. On the flip side of that, she just got a nice layup. It's here to the bucket, trying to get it and one, but now she has to knock down 2 free throws.
Ponder did not play last year, a transfer from the junior college ranks, but man, electric performer early in this season. 5.5 points in only 9 minutes a game after scoring in double figures at Palm Beach State College. What's more impressive, if she's the 12th player on this team, Kevin Pedersen has some options to work with.
She scored her career high 9 against UNCG, and she had some nice post moves, some nice drives. Just shows you how deep this Coastal team really is.
Have had games with 14 different players checking in. It is Coastal chaos and then some. As Rivers causes chaos to the bucket. Easy deuce. Now Rivers directing the defense, leaving a couple players open. It's Ponder's turn off on the 3. What has State done well to expose the holes in this defense?
I think that they're looking for their passes. They've got 11 assists on 17 baskets, which was a point of emphasis. They're just finding and playing together.
Here's Traeger breaking it down. Stack the block as we hit the 2-minute mark of this first half. Marable drives. Coastal wants to shoot within 8 seconds of the clock. That's the ideal offense for Coach Pedersen. So Brooks crosses. Quickly active here defensively, making it hard for Coastal. Stack with 7. High pass and a steal. That's 4 Coastal turnovers. James, good dump off. Traeger has the layup.
And it's good for those post players to be ready for that dump down pass. Earlier in the season, they kind of struggled with that because the guards were dishing it really quickly. So just staying ready and having those hands ready.
As Stack misses the layup. NC State 24 points in the paint. Hayes goes outside. She can't miss. Double figures for Hayes.
Back-to-back plays with nice assisted baskets. NC State continues to play together so much better than what we've seen earlier in the season.
It's a 7-0 run for the Wolfpack. This game was only 4 2 minutes ago. Brooks blocked by Traeger.
Here's Quigley drives, kicks out to Hayes. She's wide open. She's shooting 50% from 3 on the season, so anytime you can get her a look, great job by NC State.
First minutes for Lacey Steele here for NC State, sophomore out of Edmond, Oklahoma, who played 2 minutes on Sunday at TCU. Mallory Bruce, the 5th-year senior, who was Kevin Pedersen's #1 recruit. He wanted to bring in year 3 here at Coastal. Talked to her mom on the coach's call, made a very important recruiting pitch. Good drive this time, and a finish for Jade Marable. Quigley from NBA range, no. Tip drill to Ramsey. Coastal shooting 29%. This lead as close as 4 is ballooned to 13. Brooks with 5. On the switch, Brooks breaks down and beats it. Nice jumper. And a good bucket to end the first half. Catch your breath. Entertaining first 20. The second half, Coastal 6 of 16 from 3. That was the big point of the first half. Let's see how State's defense adjusts. James being active. That's a good start. And a foul on Brooks. Or pardon me, on Williams.
It's one of those fouls. It's probably a good foul because it looked like a breakaway for James. But on the other hand, you hate to start getting into foul trouble this early in the quarter because it could lead to quick free throws.
Second foul for Williams. NC State in that second quarter, 24 points. A lot of open looks like this, and the senior connection finds it.
With that Coastal chaos, they are going to deny some on that wing, so that's when NC State can look to get that backdoor bucket.
The Pack, 13 assists on 21 buckets. That's a good sign if you're Wes Moore. Heading into a trip to the Bahamas with a possible matchup with Flau'jae Johnson and LSU. Good look underneath. Nice layup for Ramsey.
Preseason third team all Sun Belt. You can see right there just a beautiful reverse finish in the post.
Here's Collier into a double. Hayes red hot tonight. Only her second miss and a foul on Ramsey on the box out. That's one area we've seen the Pack succeed, offensive boards.
They've been very aggressive. Go ahead.
As far as size, Collier does have some size on her with the box out here. She doesn't necessarily have to do too much because the ball does go on the opposite side of the bucket, but just making sure that she keeps that contact down low.
Brooks finds options. Hayes underneath. I love the vision of NC State tonight.
Vision and patience right there. Zoe Brooks, that was the third option. She waited until something came open and ended up with an easy layup.
Packer living in the paint. 26 points down there. Outside of Brooks, where's the offense coming from for the shots? There's a Hezzy and a dagger 3. Ramsey.
As far as closeouts, there's not too much that you can do there. Collier does have to also play the drive. She's a little quicker, keeping the hand up. You may have to get a little quicker and a little open out. She does come out. It looks like she might have stepped on Collier's foot right there when she landed.
Taking off her shoe right away. So in comes Riley Stack.
Looking at her ankle, it appears.
He'll take Ramsey to the locker room for a quick moment. Brooks with an amazing pass. James the miss. Rivers the board. James is going everywhere like a top screw all over the court, begging for the ball. So Brooks drives in. That's no good. Loose ball. Here's Brooks. James gets away with a touch. And now Rivers. Brooks hangs on and traveled. Okay, so with this back and forth tempo, how do the teams handle controlling the ball in this quarter?
It's patience, and right here, Sanaya Rivers was going. She thought she had a lane over to Zoe Brooks. It was a tough pass. She had to throw it behind her, but staying patient, good passing lanes, and that'll prevent some of those turnovers.
That's a moving screen on Anaya Barney, a redshirt junior from Northern Iowa, new transfer.
Get a chance to see this Coastal press again. NC State handled it great in the first half, but sometimes it wears you down as the game goes along mentally, so they got to keep their focus.
This could be on pace for a 195 kind of night, which is my kind of basketball. Mallory Bruce playing tight D. Brooks breaks it. Fantastic look. That time James misses. Hayes the board. NC State living on the glass. 10 offensive boards. Sets up James, who's swatted. Wow, there was a lot of ball there, but a hard foul too.
Yeah, we'll get a second look. It looked like she got it clean with the ball, but I think maybe the little hip, yeah, right there. You see it with the body, so excellent call. Good try for the block, but James will get 2 free throws.
Riley Stack with her second foul. She's going to be a huge difference maker in the Sun Belt this year. Not on the preseason all-conference team, but I'd imagine she'll make a name for herself down there. 6'4" forward.
Well, Coach talked about how she was the #1 player in South Carolina that year. The first big recruit that he's gotten to Coastal. She believed in the program. Despite starting a little slow, he's got all of his players now into the program, and I think he's going to get his first winning season at Coastal this season.
She's from Wren High School down in the Palmetto State. Sets a good screen. Bruce is doubled. Bruce, an almighty dime. Here's a three. That's just off. The passing tonight's been fantastic. So Rivers says, hold my Wolfpack drink, keep this thing going. James dishes. Awu hanging on in a jump ball. Smallest player on the court. Hanging on there. That's Jade Marable.
In that situation, you want to try to keep the ball high. You know that there's going to be a help side guard coming over to try to dig the ball on the low side. But if you keep the ball high, I feel like she maybe could have just caught the ball and went up with the jumper right there in the paint.
Zoe Brooks looking through the trees to find an opening. Still looking, finds James. Rivers putting Brooks on skates, but misses. Back comes fifth-year senior Mallory Bruce. 90 games of experience at nearby UNC Asheville. Stack can shoot it. That's a three, her third of the night from deep.
Coach Pedersen talked about that exact thing, that NC State plays drop coverage on that ball screen. So a lot of times Stack can just pop behind it and shoot the three.
8 triples for the shots as James is pushed out of bounds. That's a foul on Marable.
One of those games that feels like NC State's in control, but Coastal hanging around. It's only a 9-point game, and you know at the tempo that they play, they can throw a couple of threes in real quick and make this a real close game.
And as West just noted, 5 fouls, so the bonus the rest of the way.
Foul shooting was one of the few negatives for NC State in that first half. They struggled missing 5 in a row, so good for the Wolfpack to see them knock down a couple here.
I'm sure that's something he so kindly addressed during halftime.
Awu nearly stepped in the lane early. It's been a big learning curve for Elena Awu tonight. 6 boards, 4 points after not playing Sunday. Brooks for 3. A rare miss. She had 17 in the first half. James finds Brooks. Good ball movement. Leads to a miss. So the Wolfpack have 17 threes. Is that a good number tonight if you're NC State?
I think when
this and good finish for Ramsey.
I think when you're playing against a team that's playing a lot of zone, that's spread out, you're going to get a lot of open threes.
Back and forth we go. Awu fighting for space. James able to finish that time. Aziaha James up to 14.
So I don't mind that many 3 attempts, but if you can get a drive like that, especially with your best player, that's probably what you want to shoot for a little more often. Pick and roll to the basket here.
Brooks on the drive. Battles Rivers. Brooks the sweep. No good. Halfway through this third quarter. Bruce in the grill of Rivers. Rivers takes the challenge. Nice dish. It's James. Dishing out dimes for 3.
Those two are the dynamic duo for NC State. Whether Aziaha James is pushing it down or Shania Rivers is pushing it down, they always seem to find a way to find each other in transition offense.
Wolfpack with 16 assists. Bruce the no-look finish. The creative layups tonight are next level.
And I wonder if Coastal works on that. We see a lot of those little scoop shots, and the reverse English has been very impressive.
Watch a lot of Dr. J growing up, working on the spins, the hooks, using the glass just right.
Used to call that the reverse Mikan from George Mikan way back in the day.
James tries the new look 3. Awu the board, no. Gotta go out of bounds. We'll take the timeout. 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Coastal and NC State battling tough on this Thursday night. James has 17. Hayes 16 to lead the charge for State tonight. As Rivers goes baseline. This Coastal switching defense causing problems. Jones missing. Awu the board and fouled. That's 8 boards and some impactful rebounds.
She has been so impressive tonight in how she's just attacked the offensive glass. I know she's got a height advantage, but she's using it to her advantage. Here she's got good position, but she reads it and then goes back up strong and draws the foul. Now she's got to try and convert from the free throw line to make it pay off.
This is where State struggled. 4 of 11 from the line. A halftime emphasis for that man, Wes Moore.
I think Coach Moore's just looking for a post player to step up, and tonight he's definitely been a woo.
He's looking for a quarterback for his Dallas Cowboys and free throw shooting here late. Wes, a huge Dallas fan. Looks like the clock did start properly, so they'll reset the shot clock.
I think it's going to be harder for the Cowboys to find a quarterback at this stage of the.
Yeah, Cooper Rush is struggling here, replacing Dak Prescott. I don't know if Trey Lance is the answer at QB.
Yeah, unfortunately, limited options. But for NC State, on the other hand, 4 great post players, and I think they're going to find somebody to step up as the season goes along.
James playing floor general tonight, 19 and counting for NC State. And you think with Wes in Dallas last week, he wanted to go to the Cowboys game, but they played Monday night with his team in town on Sunday.
I wouldn't be surprised if he hit a couple of golf balls at that too.
Add to the resume of the second active winningest head coach. Congrats to Gino Auriemma, by the way, surpassing Tara Vanderveer last night for career wins as that goes out of play. He's now the active winningest coach.
And I saw he was presented with a live goat in the arena to represent the greatest of all time. That was an interesting little video on ESPN.
Thankfully not the curse of the Billy Goat.
Yes.
That cursed Major League Baseball for so long.
I have a feeling he'll get another win, so I think he'll be able to survive this curse.
UConn back in the top 10 as Hayes rattles out a 3. This is Delana Carter, who's 0-8 for 3 this year. Hayes, good hands. The 5th-year seniors roaring awake tonight for 2 more.
And that's the Madison Hayes that you want to see. It did take her a couple of games to get there, but it's good to see it now early before you get into ACC play.
Season best 18. Her career high is in the 20s. James, nice defense. And Bruce rolls it out. Rebound James. This frantic pace, it kept Coastal in it in the first half. Now State's found their rhythm here in the second. Because of passes like that, and then James flips it home.
What a dish by Zam Jones. James with the cut, drops it in the reverse layup. This crowd is really going wild for that one.
Even the Russian judge gives it a 10. And a timeout, Coastal. We'll take it. The ball movement electric for NC State tonight. The Wolfpack rolling.
And you really like to see Zam Jones as a freshman here really orchestrating that offense. She's telling everyone, move out my way, move out my way. Aziaha James sees the back door and lays it in.
And Pitt, the Wolfpack fans here in Raleigh will be able to see them play on Sunday on Network Extra, ACC Network Extra.
Pitt has 1 loss all year. Louisville's made back-to-back Elite Eights. That's the elite level volleyball with Kara Kreis battling Babcock at the setting position. Back here on the hardwood, 5 on the clock. And a steal for Awu. Pack defense much better in the second half, holding Coastal scoreless for 2 minutes. Jones kicks it into gear. Awu with a hard screen. And a defensive board for Williams. Coastal chaos never stops. So Stack misses the 3. Tip drill to Hayes, and the Packer plus 20 on the boards. Oh, Brooks nearly traveled. How does a game like this help you come conference time?
Well, it's just relentless pressure, and so you've got to stay focused throughout the whole thing. There, Wu misses the shot, but it just forces you to play for 40 minutes because there's not a lot of time to relax.
State's on a 12-2 run, handling this Coastal chaos tonight.
We've seen Coastal go a lot more man-to-man in the second half. So NC State's had to adjust with that as well.
On a minute in the third quarter. Red-hot Savannah Brooks has 17, but none in the second half. Hayes in her grill. Brooks kicks it. Williams three. Nice look, but out of bounds.
Boy, Madison is one of NC State's best defenders. She had been playing against the stretch four for most of this game. Moved her basically to against the point guard to take on Brooks, and has shut her down in this third quarter.
Zoe Brooks dribbling, dribbling, dribbling. And a touch foul on Williams. That's her third. It's like Dory, just keep dribbling, just keep dribbling. But she's finding a hole in the defense tonight.
That was one of my favorite movies, by the way.
Finding Nemo?
Absolutely.
So you weren't a fan of the fish sitting by the window, right? You wanted your fish in a nice, comfortable aquarium. Big fan of the turtle, by the way.
Dude.
Going all the way across the ocean. Oh, yeah. Westmore's got to look like he's diving through the deep blue sea tonight. His team has battled a lot of adversity in the first two road games, losses against South Carolina and TCU. Kevin Pedersen holding back with 8 seconds. Williams attacks. Late in the clock. Good kick. Catch and shoot. There's a miss for 3. And the shooting woes continue for Savannah Brooks in this third quarter. And
for me, it's my grandma's Brunswick stew. Been loving it since I was about 4 years old.
I had to spread the playing field here, but Mom's corn pudding is A1. If you don't know what corn pudding is, I'll make sure she makes you a plate.
Okay, Mama Crutchfield, I'm making a call before our next broadcast together. Nothing like college basketball all week and great food. The Wolfpack head to the Bahamas, so they get to eat a whole different type of tradition with a matchup with LSU on tap next week. Up 19 now to start the fourth, and a near air ball for Lizzie Cox. Brooks kicking. Brooks delivers a 3. Nice shot from Mallory Bruce. You can't sleep on Coastal Chaos.
Right, they're going to keep playing hard to the buzzer. That is part of their DNA, is to keep the chaos going.
Kevin Pedersen's club's had a top 5 strength of schedule in the Sun Belt the last 2 years. Not afraid of these moments as Quigley scores. Because as a player, you want to play the best in the non-con as well.
Because at the end of the day, the record still shows us the record regardless on who you play. You still want to be able to get that 4th seed or that number 16 seed going into the NCAA tournament.
Nice bucket on this end for Barney. You think about Marshall last year, 17-1. Its coach goes to Virginia Tech after a great year, and that's the kind of Sun Belt success you can have at the mid-major level.
Well, in Sun Belt coaches, I mean, I worked in the conference over 20 years ago, and it was always just a hotbed for future coaches to really succeed, and then they would get that big job in a Power 4 conference. And you wonder if Kevin Pedersen, if that's his trajectory one day.
Made a national final at Lander, all-time wins leader down at Lander University. Gets the Coastal job, and your 3 goes to the portal. They've had great success here at 4-0. He was picked 9th in the Sun Belt. One of 2 undefeateds left in the league. I think there's a lot to come here for Coastal this year.
A lot of talent on this team, and they've showed that they can compete with this Final Four team from last year in NC State.
Marshall won the league, but it's JMU, the preseason favorites, as Brooks drives in. Nice layup off the window.
Zoe's been double figures every game she's been in this year. She's sitting on 6 after that basket, so keep an eye on that.
Mallory Bruce somehow got the shot off, but throws it out of bounds.
And Kyle, you talked about you want to get one of those top 4 seeds so you can host the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. And teams like TCU are going to be in that mix, and they've already got a loss. LSU will be in that mix, who NC State may see. in the Bahamas. So these games are vital, even though it's still November.
ACC had the most top 25 wins a year ago of any conference. This year, that's not the case. It's the SEC as Jones fires. Well, there's a good start for three. What did Wes Moore tell us pregame? He wanted more balance and aggressive offense. They found it a bit tonight here, Cup.
As far as offense, they also spread their playing field as well. They have a whole bunch of people scoring. You like to be able to see those people get the confidence going into the ACC tournament, and also, like you mentioned, the NCAA tournament.
6 players with 5 or more points, and Quigley joins the party. She's got 10. Timeout, Coastal. We'll take it. NC State's found its offensive rhythm back here in Reynolds. Up 24 in the fourth. Into the last 8 minutes. It matters down there in Gainesville.
Losing that, I mean, that's when you have to learn to figure out what the best way to have that team chemistry back into it going into the next game.
Liv McGill could be a big factor. She's a double-double machine for Florida. Because the SEC, LSU's established itself. Obviously, South Carolina's won 47 straight games. How does an ACC team break this streak? Who can defeat South Carolina?
South Carolina's a tough team to beat, but, you know, every team has their weaknesses, but you have to play to those weaknesses if you're a team. Regardless on what the situation is as far as size, skill level, being able to do what you're supposed to do and then learning from that and growing from that.
Do you think the guard play of Notre Dame with Hidalgo and Olivia Miles could give South Carolina trouble?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I 1,000% that. You also have to think about Juju Watkins at USC. They have a pretty good dynamic duo out there as well.
There's a miss. Coastal gets another board with Stack for 3. That one rattles out. Remember, USC and Notre Dame battle this weekend. Juju Watkins versus Hidalgo. That's an All-American battle. Here's a 3 for Brooks, and it's in. But you have to love the All-American stars. Watkins, best player in the country. Hidalgo, maybe the best point guard in the country, going at it.
And women's basketball does a great job of matching up these top teams early in the season. We saw it with NC State against South Carolina. We've seen it with UCLA and Louisville, and we'll see it again USC play Notre Dame.
As Jones rattles out the 3. South Carolina and Clemson was a great game last night. I know South Carolina pulled away. There's an and 1 for the Wolfpack.
Touching on those point guards as well, you also have Georgia Amore with Kentucky that had a great battle against Louisville.
Kenny Brooks is an excellent coach. The ACC saw a ton of him at Virginia Tech. He's bringing that to Kentucky now, and excellent start for him with the Wildcats.
Double overtime thriller taking down Louisville recently. So Quigley misses the jumper. She's got a nice night, 12 points. This is now the largest, 1 point shy of the largest lead for NC State. Marable zips a fastball, and it's incomplete.
And Devyn Quigley didn't play against TCU in the last game, and that was just a coach's decision. Just the matchups didn't work out, but she's shown that she wants to earn those minutes and having a great night against Coastal.
Balanced scoring for the Pack tonight. 8 different players on the card. Maddie Cox a bit short. Quigley cleans it up for 14.
And you love seeing Quigley crash those offensive boards, getting extra points up and extra possessions for the Wolfpack.
Right at the top, we talked about NC State having a sense of urgency for 4 quarters, and Quigley is showing it right here for NC State.
Coastal Carolina not going down quietly. They'll gear up for Coker College next week before the holiday. Right now in Conway, they're hosting the Myrtle Beach Invitational on ESPN. It's a loaded week at CCU. Watch those games on ESPN. All part of Feast Week. Sam Jones putting on a show in the second half. Quigley the board. Westmore challenged his offense to be more aggressive tonight against this switching zone. Oh, Quigley the air ball. She knew it too right away with that facial reaction.
Sometimes that mid-range shot is the absolute hardest.
And a foul on Ramsey in the box out. That's the old yes, 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 no, as you deliver it.
It's good to see players when she made that. It wasn't necessarily a mistake. It was just an air ball. It's good to see her bounce back off of that, and you see her over there smiling.
Ramsey's also laughing at that foul call, third foul. And we'll watch this shot from Quigley.
She definitely, oh, you see the foul here with Maddie Cox trying to fight for that position right there with Ramsey. It's good that Maddie Cox ran down on defense just to clog the paint for NC State so that Coastal Carolina couldn't get that transition offense possession.
Sam Jones, the 4-star recruit, is throwing dimes, unable to find her receiver. Told the Traeger. Got that tight end, little Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce connection there.
Trying to go with the no-look pass.
It works for Mahomes every time in the AFC Championship. Lizzie Williamson's checked in, the 5th-year senior in the post.
I'm sure Coach Moore would say, get a couple of Super Bowl rings, then you can throw that no-look pass.
Easier said than done for a reigning Final Four team at NC State. Brooks down low, fighting hard, and Williamson the rebound. That's her first board. Lizzie had some big minutes against TCU. Played 11. Quigley keeps letting it fly. 17 for Quigley. And she's having a ball out there.
Yeah, she's really enjoying herself. A career high for her for the Wolfpack.
I remember last year Hidalgo set the single game freshman record, scored 40 in a game. I don't know if Quigley's going to get there tonight, but still a nice showing. Brooks still yet to score in this second half until now, 19 after a great first 20 minutes.
And that's a credit to NC State's defense. They've really focused on her and shut her down.
Wide open. Off on the 3. Offensive board, Quigley stripped. Brooks able to save it. This is Coastal's lone P4 matchup and a great first half from the shots. First paint touch for fan favorite Martina Lopez and sets up a bucket.
Coach Pedersen said to get out of this game, he wanted to do what they do, press hard, and let NC State see if they find some of the holes and the weaknesses, because then they can go back and watch film and correct it so they're ready for Sun Belt play.
Picked 9th in the Sun Belt. Something tells me they'll finish much better as Quigley hits another 3. 4-7 from deep.
Devyn didn't have any threes made this year going into this game, but she is hot tonight.
And her facial expressions are telling the story. First touch for Lopez, who comes from Barcelona. There's an interception for Traeger.
Spain intercepted by Sweden.
Could be the European Union all over again. By the way, the fact the British left the EU and kept the pound, not a huge fan internationally speaking. Traeger is pressured, and there's the foul here.
Devyn Quigley with a career night of 20 points. She did not get a chance to play against TCU, but she has been getting it from all angles. The three-pointers, the rebounds, the putbacks.
And the 2 thumbs up from Wes Moore.
And I think Coach Moore wanted to see players step up, play with urgency to earn those minutes, and Quigley has earned a lot of minutes tonight with her play.
A career best 20. Devyn Quigley, Sam Jones, a lot of youngsters. There's a travel. These are big minutes after not playing versus TCU to get the freshman experience here late.
And Sam Jones as well. She scored 7 points in the first 6 minutes, didn't score again against TCU. She needs to get back in a rhythm. She played so well against South Carolina. She could be a big difference maker for the Wolfpack.
She also allows Aziaha James and Zoe Brooks to play off the ball with her running the point.
Good dish underneath. Remember, the former NC State starting point guard Diamond Johnson's now with an elite mid-major in Norfolk State. 5-1 start for the Spartans this year. As a reminder, our Week 13 ACC Network lineup begins this Saturday with 7-3 UConn, the Jim Mora era, taking on Syracuse at noon Eastern. Then the old Buccaneers, Charleston Southern and Florida State at 1:30. And the big game, Stanford and Cal at 3:30 Eastern, capped off Virginia Tech and Duke coming up later in the night. This free throw is for Chick-fil-A on the line. cold-blooded.
Rattles in and denies chicken to the entire crowd.
Not just a great ACC football slate. We got some important free throws here late, as Williamson has it stripped loose by Marable. I had not seen a more entertained crowd than a free throw opportunity. Boom, nice three. 25 for Brooks.
She's making a name for herself for Sun Belt Player of the Week with this kind of performance.
Savannah Brooks made 31 threes a year ago at Delaware State. She's going to shatter that record here at Coastal. Williamson down low, much better finish. Her first points.
Excellent pass there by Zam Jones. Another assist. NC State's done a great job sharing the ball tonight.
Good bucket late in the game for Jaden Marable, the NIU transfer. And the Coastal press does not stop, even in the closing seconds. Trieger. Half the crowd wants a shot, half the crowd wants to dribble out. An impressive win for NC State. The Devyn Quigley Show, career high 20 for the true freshman. And the Wolfpack handle Coastal chaos tonight. High scoring matchup in Reynolds, and the Pack score 89.
And I think NC State checked all the boxes they wanted. They had great rebounding, a lot of good passing for assists, and they played with that sense of urgency for 4 quarters. Very good stepping stone leading in.